What is up, everybody? Craig Severson here. Really good to be with you. It's been a little bit, so hit those hearts and like buttons. Let me know you're there. Drop a comment, hashtag replay. If you're watching the replay, let me know what you're up to. And I'm really excited for this quick little chat today because we're going to talk about stopping burnout, like setting your business up so that you can have both a thriving business and a balanced, thriving life. Super important. Everything I do, I've done it, for the past 10 years. I have really focused on helping entrepreneurs have that thriving business, make more money, work with better clients, while also having a balanced, full, fulfilling life. And I feel like this is super, super important. And we don't talk about it enough because there are huge problems in our community, the entrepreneurial community of hustle, 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 sacrifice now so that later you can have some sort of reward. And this is the same mentality that is plaguing the corporate culture world that we started our business to get away from, right? Like that work, work, work until one day you can retire, right? Like that's not what we're going for here. And it is 100% possible for you to have both a business that is growing, a business that makes a difference in the world, a business that makes a ton of money, a business that runs kind of on its own, and also have a life that is rich, fulfilling. Do whatever you want to do, travel, learn languages, learn skills, spend time with family, all of that stuff. 100% possible to have the balance of the two, to have both, have your cake and eat it too, so to speak, right? So, this means a lot to me because when I first started my business, way back, when my last corporate job, the last full-time gig I had, it felt like a prison. Like it felt like it was one of those, the organization itself was a good organization. But I was not a good fit. And looking back on it now, I realize it's because I had a bigger calling, to be an entrepreneur and to help other people have both a successful business and a thriving life. I feel like that's my calling. But at the time, I just felt like it was a soul-sucking experience, and the tipping point for me, the last straw where I couldn't take it anymore was when my second child was born, my first son. I was sitting in my office, which was actually just a glorified closet. It was a closet with no windows that was just a little bit bigger than a normal closet, but it was my office, right? And I'm sitting here and I'm reflecting because I was in between two big projects. We had just wrapped up a huge project, and there was just a couple days before the next one was supposed to kick up. So it's like, I had just like a day to decompress. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, I've reached all of the things that I said I wanted, right? I had a team underneath me. I had a good paying job. I was the boss. I'd reached everything that I had wanted, right? Yet here I am in my office pretending to be busy with newborn at home when I should be spending time at home because, what am I doing in my office pretending to be busy, right? And it didn't make sense to me. And I'm sitting here and I'm realizing that I'm unhappy because I'm giving all of this time and effort to a business that is not giving in exchange. Yeah, they're giving me money, but they're taking so much of my life away. And I was no longer willing to sacrifice time with my family in order to get a paycheck. And I said, there's got to be a better way to do this. There's got to be a better way to make money, to grow, personally, and to have time with my family. And so that's when I went full time. And when I say I went full time, I dove in head first. I actually quit my job and moved my small family. At the time, we only had 2 kids across the country. We moved in into my parents' basement, literally 100% all in. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle. But I got to tell you, the lessons I've learned along the way have taught me how to run a business that is growing, that makes a good amount of money, and also supports you to have time off, to do things that you want to do, to have adventures, right? So like, I took time off. I took 4 days off last week to go camping with some friends from high school, right? Like I took time off to just go camping. The week before that, I took time off because it was my birthday and I felt like I wanted to take time off, right? The business still grew. We still made money. The business is still thriving because I've taken the time to set it up in a way that it can grow and it supports me in my ambitions and my dreams. I view my business almost as its own beast, right? It's got its needs, it's got its desires. Just like a creature needs food and water to survive. Your business needs sales, it needs clients, it needs money in order to grow, right? Like that's the food, water, and air for your business. But its purpose and what it does and how it gets its food does not have to be 100% intertwined with you and your purpose and what you're doing. So I just have a few tips for how you can set your business up to really, really thrive while also allowing you to live a full life. And I do have a couple of nuances here. Okay, so this idea of sacrifice now for a better life later, in moderation, I think is true to life. In its extremes of like, corporate world's a great example. Work for 40 years and then maybe one day you'll have enough saved up in retirement to do what you want. That is toxic. So same thing in business, right? Like as an entrepreneur, sacrifice a little bit now because you're in a situation where you need to sacrifice a little bit so that later you have more freedom. 100% true. But hustle till you drop. Sacrifice your health, sacrifice your family, sacrifice everything in order to make the business successful. Not necessary, unhealthy. It's a short-sighted game that does not have the long-term benefits that you want. Even, I think for everyone, Gary Vaynerchuk is like the guy that represents hustle culture. And if you really pay attention to what he's saying, he has very strict boundaries around his time and his family. And he happens to enjoy the hustle. So that's like his hobby, right? So you don't have to live up to his expectations to have a successful growing business, right? And I think that this obsessive hustle culture is killing a lot of entrepreneurs. Literally, they're sacrificing health, stress, heart problems, weight gain, all that stuff because we're too focused on our business. So I want you to take a step back and I want you to say, hey, it is possible for me to have a rich, fulfilling life and money and thriving business and consistent sales and clients, right? And so here's some tips. I've got 4 tips to really up this idea, right? So number 1 is focus on your best clients. Life is way too short to spend it with crappy clients who are sucking your energy, sucking your time, not paying you well. Fire those suckers, right? And then build your business to attract your top 20% and repel your bottom 20%. That alone, oh my goodness, if you start catering to them, building your offers to them, really focusing your services on those top 20%, life-changing, business-changing right there. Number 2, solve valuable problems for premium clients. Too many entrepreneurs, especially when you start out, they're charging little. Okay, every company that plays a price game, maybe in our lifetime, the exception would be Walmart, but every company that plays that price game loses because there's, especially in the B2B service industry, there's always somebody willing to do it cheaper. And there's always a college kid living in their parents' basement who is willing to do it even cheaper than that, right? Like you cannot compete with this. So you got to stop competing on price. Solve high value problems for premium clients and charge appropriately. Charge for the value you provide. And guess what? You're going to make more money and work with better clients. Okay, so that was number 2. Number 3, build team and create systems. Okay, you don't have to run a traditional agency. You don't have to have 1 million clients. Subcontractors are a total awesome way to go. I have lots of clients who have built teams off of subcontractors. There is a difference. I am not insinuating that employees and subcontractors are the same. They're different models. But guess what? Building team and creating systems is how you remove yourself from the bottleneck of your business so that it can continue to grow even if you take time off. What would it be like to you to take a month off of your business, an entire month, and come back and have the business made more sales and service more clients even though you weren't there, right? This is how you do it. Building team, creating systems, getting those to run without you so that you become the person managing the process, managing the beast that is your business instead of the person driving the beast. And then the last one here is have an impact on your clients and on the world. Making money and just doing a service is not enough. You have to have an impact on them. What is the impact? What is the mission you have for your clients? I've already said mine like 4 times. I am here to stop entrepreneurial burnout. No more. And the way we're doing that is we're helping you create massively successful businesses while also having a full and fulfilling life. Those two things, bam, we're going to stop that entrepreneurial burnout. And the way we do that is through coaching and consulting programs, right? So if you're interested in that, let's reach out and talk to us because it's awesome. But the real thing here is not just that I do coaching and consulting, right? I'm not just a consultant. I am somebody who is doing something that is changing the entrepreneurial landscape. And the more people that can latch onto this, the more that my message is going to change people's lives, right? If I can help even a few people have a more fulfilling life, spend more time with family, develop themselves personally, embrace their hobbies. Yesterday, I took time to play the trumpet. I haven't played the trumpet in like 6 years. I can still blow that horn really well, by the way. I'm not to toot my own horn, kind of a lot of puns here. But I took time for that because it's something I care about. I got the urge. I want to play some music. Here's my trumpet. I'm going to play it, So if I can help even just a few people embrace that, then I can be very fulfilled in my life and in my business. So you got to connect with what is that deeper impact, what is that deeper why behind what you're doing. It's not just about making money. It's not just about providing a service. There's got to be something else there. And when you tap into that, man, things get really powerful. Awesome. So that's what I got for you today. I would love to hear your comments. Put them here. And until next time, take some fast, focused, and perfect action. I believe in you. I'll talk soon. I got your back. See ya. Bye.